The Sikorsky X2 is an experimental high-speed compound helicopter with coaxial rotors developed by Sikorsky Aircraft. Design and development: Sikorsky developed the X2 helicopter on a $50 million budget. The design includes expertise gathered from several earlier design projects. The S69/XH-59A advancing blade concept demonstrator had shown that high speed was possible with a coaxial helicopter with auxiliary propulsion, but that vibration was excessive. The Cypher UAV expanded the company's knowledge of the unique aspects of coaxial flight control laws with a fly-by-wire aircraft. And the RAH-66 Comanche developed expertise in composite rotors and advanced transmission design. Other features include slow-swelling rigid rotors 2 feet apart, active force counter-vibration inspired by the Black Hawk, and using most of the power in forward flight for the pusher propeller rather than the rotor. Test flights and flight simulations were combined to improve test procedure. The fly-by-wire system is provided by Honeywell, the rotor by Eagle Aviation Technologies, anti-vibration technology from Moog Incorporated, and propeller by Aero Composites. The rotor hub can have 10 to 20 times the drag of the blade. Sikorsky intended to test hub fairings to reduce drag by 40%, and test flue fairings on the hubs themselves but not the central hub fairing in between the hubs. Sikorsky has since patented a standpipe suitable for a central hub fairing. On May 4, 2009, Sikorsky unveiled a mock-up of a light tactical helicopter derivative of the X2, and unveiled a prototype in October 2014. In June 2014, Sikorsky Boeing submitted the SB-1 Defiant helicopter design for the Future Vertical Lift program based on the X2 principle, which was approved by the Army in October. Operational history: the X2 first flew on August 27, 2008 from Schweizer Aircraft's facility at Horseheads, New York. The flight lasted 30 minutes. This began a 4-phase flight test program, to culminate with reaching a planned 250-knot top speed. The X2 completed flights with its propeller fully engaged in July 2009. Sikorsky completed Phase 3 of the testing with the X2 hitting 181 knots in test flight in late May 2010. On July 26, 2010, Sikorsky announced that the X2 exceeded 225 knots during flight testing in West Palm Beach, Florida, unofficially surpassing the current FAI rotorcraft world speed record of 216 knots set by a modified Westland Lynx in 1986. On September 15, 2010, test pilot Kevin Bredenbeck achieved Sikorsky's design goal for the X2 when he flew it at a speed of 250 knots in level flight, an unofficial speed record for a helicopter. The speed, reached during a 1.1-hour flight, is an unofficial speed record for a helicopter. The demonstrator then reached a new record speed of 260 knots in a shallow 2-ish to 3-H dive, which was just slightly short than the 303 miles per hour achieved by the American Research Technology demonstrator helicopter codenamed XH-59A. Sikorsky states that the X2 has the same noise level at 200 knots that a regular helicopter has at 100 knots. Above 200 knots, the rotor speed is reduced from 446 to 360 rpm to keep tip speed below Mach 0.9, the rotor disc is slightly nose up, and lift-to-drag ratio is about twice that of a conventional helicopter. Hands-off flying was also successfully performed during flight tests. On July 14, 2011, the X2 completed its final flight and was officially retired after accumulating 22 hours over 23 test flights. With the end of development, the X2 will be followed by its first application, the S-97 Raider high-speed scout and attack helicopter. Awards: the Sikorsky Aircraft Corporation and the X2 Technology Demonstrator Team was awarded the 2010 Robert J. Collier Trophy by the National Aeronautic Association for demonstrating a revolutionary 250-knot helicopter, which marks a proven departure point for the future development of helicopters by greatly increasing their speed, maneuverability and utility. For 2011, the X2 team received the Howard Hughes Award. Specifications: data from Flug Review. Note: no other specifications have been released by Sikorsky. General characteristics: Crew, 2, length, not available, rotor diameter, 26.4 feet, height, not available, disk area, 548 FTA squared, empty weight, lb, max takeoff weight, 5,300 to 6,000 pounds, power plant, 1A, LHTECT 800 LHT 801 turboshaft, 1300 a Euro 1800 SHP, propellers, 1 6-bladed pusher-type propeller, rotor configuration, 2 4-bladed coaxial, performance, maximum speed, 250 knots, range, 702 mi, service ceiling, FT, rate of climb, foot per minute, disk loading, 11 pounds FTA squared, power mass, 3.66 horsepower per pound. See also. Related development, Sikorsky S69, Sikorsky S97, aircraft of comparable role, configuration and era, Eurocopter X3, Kamov Ka-50, Kamov Ka-92, Lockheed AH-56 Cheyenne, Milmi X1, Piasecki X-49, Carter Personal Air Vehicle, related lists, list of helicopters. References. External links, Sikorsky X2 Company page archive from 2009, Sikorsky X2 on unicopter.com, Sikorsky calls X2 shape of the future, Aviation Week, February 25, 2008, Sikorsky X2 in blades on ground tests, Aviation Week, May 21, 2008, Hyper Hellos, prototypes coming off the drawing board and into the race, Flight International, July 3, 2008, Swamp Pirates, Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association, October 1, 2011, Sikorsky X2 at the Stewart Air Show, November 11, 2011.